How's it going, guys? Pump Films, and today we're going to be reacting to Season 1, Episode 5 of Skeleton Crew. This episode is titled, You Have a Lot to Learn About Pirates. Now, before we begin, I should point out that this reaction is clearly a bit late. I mean, it's Skeleton Crew's fault. They released it on Christmas Day. I can't react to it on Christmas Day. Are you mad? I'm reacting to it on the Friday, so it is what it is. So yeah, that's the explanation as to why it's late. Last episode, we had a bit of a weak one overall. Not a lot really happened until the last 5 minutes of the episode. Basically, I mean, we come to this revelation that we arrived on a planet. It looks awfully similar to Arn. Turns out it's not Arn, it is Akron, which is I assume a twin planet that is in this war, basically. You have a war with one side. We didn't really go into detail about it. It was okay, there's one side that has a bunch of kids as soldiers, and then there was another side that had a bunch of weaponry, and they stole the other side's animals. The feud kind of started from them stealing the animals, and the kids were kind of thrown into that alongside Jod. But we didn't really spend a lot of time on Jod. Jod just kind of showed up. He got the animals back and he stopped the little feud for a little bit. And then we went to this tower that had coordinates to all the other planets in the Old Republic system, the worlds of the Old Republic that Kim showed on that map from episode 3? Yeah, episode 3. Every other planet's coordinates was there on the pillars, except Artan's, because Smee was ordered to get rid of the coordinates by his captain, and then Thurn did what she did to her droid, where she basically told him to, override your memories, remember everything, do what you're told type of thing. And he did, but because of that, he remembered his last orders, which was, if anyone goes looking for Artan, tear them apart. And he was going to do that, but Neil distracted him for enough time so Jod could turn him off. So basically, the captain put in a lot of effort to keep that treasure safe, and only for him. Obviously, it didn't turn out well for him in the end, but it is what it is. Now, the better question is, how the fuck do we find out Artan if the coordinates are gone? Either, one, you go to the other planets that have the coordinates available to see, and then maybe one of them planets could have the coordinates to Artan, not destroyed. Two, maybe you could figure out something with Smee, because maybe his memories have been accessed, so he must remember something. So maybe you could reprogram him or something like that. I don't know if it would work, because he'd be, I don't know, you'd have to see with that. Or three, just give up, to be honest. Just give up and live the life of Jod. Be a pilot or something, I don't know. But yeah, I mean, there really wasn't a lot to last episode, because like I said, I mean, I kind of wish they went into more detail about the war stuff that was going on the planet, but they didn't. I guess it wasn't really war, it was more of a conflict, but it's pretty close to a war. Everything was destroyed. At that point, it's been going on for a very long time. So, hopefully, maybe this episode, I mean, we're still on the planet based on how last episode ended, so I assume maybe we'll get a continuation of that story. I don't know though. The only big problem with last episode though, I think the reason why it didn't work as well as it should have worked, is because of the length of last episode. The episode length for this one is pretty decent, but I don't know how much of that is recap stuff and fucking credits, But yeah, I mean, that basically sums it all up. So let's stop doolally around with this shitty intro and get right into the fucking episode. That was a long recap for a weird reason. I don't understand why that recap was so long. What are they analysing? This reminds me of that one episode from Mandalorian. Oh, Guido, he's back.
You can use this to break into the system. Don't let anyone see it.
Someone's gonna see it. Not sus at all. Yeah, but they're gonna see that he's on his computer messing with shit. See what?
Can I help you?
Sir, an energy surge was detected at your terminal. So what are you hiding behind your back? And your other hand. Please show me both of your hands at the same time.
Fuck.
The coordinator was caught with this.
Power yourself down.
It's like she's gonna be on it.
We can help the kids without saying anything specific about Ed Adam's location.
I'm handling this through the proper channels, which is the only way we're ever going to see our kids again.
And is that working?
Nope.
The supervisor isn't gonna help us.
Who's the supervisor?
What's the plan?
Who's the supervisor? I'm trying to like think who it would be. Imagine if it was Honda. That'd be fucking amazing. Wouldn't make any sense, but it'd be amazing.
If we turn him on, he'll just try to kill us again.
The point is, he knows how to find Ad.
I rerouted the memory chip, so it won't overload his core processor.
You just want to ask him about the treasure.
And you just want him to take you home.
You're just scared.
You're scared.
What's that music? It sounded like Lost. What? Like the Lost music.
What do you want?
What you want?
Do you remember where Adden is?
Can't say I remember.
Oh, Captain Renard.
But what about Ad?
What? Captain Renard, Tack Renard.
Aye, the very same.
Cap Bennett.
This ship is the Onyx Cinder.
Onyx Cinder?
Tack Renard's the most infamous pirate the galaxy's ever known. Plundering, terrorizing whole star systems.
Basically the Henry Avery of Star Wars.
When he just...
Vanished.
Yeah, who cares? 33, do you remember where Adden is or not?
Captain Renard scanned Adam's coordinates. Kept him hid in his lair, Skull Ridge Mountain.
Where's that? After all that, he just broke out. I mean, it is only just rope, to be fair.
With the treasure so close, the first mate went mad with greed and challenged the captain. Concubine betrayed him, stabbing him with his own dagger.
Yeah.
He locked out the ship's controls, and the old mutinous lot of them died, crashing into Adin. The lair lies in the heart of a lone mountain where bubbling pits of mud hide the mangled corpses of the captain's foes.
That fucking mouse.
Ah, my circuit's buzzed to see it again. Tis so good to have me memories back.
So with when? Like, did he really believe it was like related to the Jedi? Or the fact that the adventure's gonna be over type of thing?
What are you doing, boy?
Boy. You're not Kratos.
Oh, dear.
I'm gonna go.
All I ever wanted was a real adventure. It's scary and confusing.
Here's what you do. Forget him.
Forget him.
Your fears, your anxieties, your parent. They're what you call attachments. And they're the last thing you need.
Is he a Sith?
You have powerful imagination.
Maybe not the Sith, but like a rogue Jedi or whatever, right? Basically the bad version, a grey Jedi or a grey Sith.
But if you're not really a Jedi, why'd you do that?
What's the opposite of a Jedi? Oh, fuck. Was he a Inquisitor? That would make sense.
What about that?
That's a party ship.
They look like pleasure yachts.
Skull Ridge Mountain should be directly ahead.
Uh-oh.
Welcome to Lanupa.
You brought us to Lanupa.
It goes by many names. The Demon's Rest, Battle World.
Battle World? Like Avengers shit?
Sir, if those are children I hear, be warned. Our facilities are intended for adult guests only.
You heard what the man said. You stay on the ship. 33 and I will get into the lair. We'll find the Adadin coordinates.
And run off without us.
How's he gonna do that if they've got the ship?
I'm gonna need every last Old Republic credit you're hiding.
Is he gonna bribe them? That's a big ship.
May I present the most wise elders. The most wise elders.
How are they gonna get away with this?
Skull Ridge Mountain? They ruined it.
I mean, how long has it been since they crashed on fucking Atten?
No weapons allowed in the spa. And a harmless little knife.
That's a big knife.
What is the meaning of this?
Droids have been used as weapons in the past. This sport restrains all violent action.
Is that Star?
Did no one see that? Not even the kids? I mean, I saw it.
You can't play a shanty on a harp.
You can't play a shanty on a harp.
Carved straight into the mountain rock by, legend has it, ancient pirates.
You insolent!
Natural hot springs feed our famous reju-
Why so much security?
The banking clan is here for an economic summit.
So just bad timing.
What name is your reservation under?
You didn't think that far ahead.
And the wise elders.
Professor Gorlock's.
We're not staying here, finding the lair, that's it.
You're right, Mom. I should enjoy myself.
Do my eyes deceive me?
Uh-oh.
Or is that Dash Senton? How many names does he have?
72.
It's Pocket.
Pocket. No hard feelings.
None whatsoever.
Good.
No one I met ever heard of a Dash Senton.
It's because it's not his name.
Bounty hunt for a private client now.
Who? So he's a bounty hunter, he was a pirate. He might have been an inquisitor.
I should go.
Right.
I'll hop back to Soak.
Well then, go.
Don't trust this Slimo.
Hey, isn't that... Sleemo is what Sebulba said.
That nice lady is a ruthless bounty hunter with a bad grudge. Most likely, she's already called my name in.
Wizard.
We have to assume someone is coming after us. We have to move fast.
The outside may have changed, but the lair is deep in the heart of the mountain.
So we split into teams and search. Are you listening to any of this? We're going to split into 2 teams and search the spa.
I can't go down there. You
Why?
worried about corrosion from the steam? No.
It's okay. You can take the sensory gymnasium.
You take the sensory gymnasium, Professor Gorlock's.
And we wanted to search the buffet.
We're not searching the buffet.
KB should be on my team.
No, it doesn't matter whose team who is on. We're doing it. We're going to do it. Find the symbol. Find at Atten.
I'm claiming your bounty.
Where is the cowardly wretch? You'll have your payment when I have Silvo.
He's not going to pay you. Is that... Which hut is that? Oh no.
Not again. No, please, no. Not again.
Not again.
These pools are supposed to be for dissolving corpses in acid.
Ew. Is that fucking Plagueis?
Professor Gorlock's, is it?
Yes.
Professor Umium Gorlock's.
Yes.
Run!
Well, that act failed immediately. I guess the bribe didn't work.
You there, attendant. I am in need of refreshments.
Who is that? What is that?
You don't smell like an attendant.
Back away from the captain!
Need help.
Neil!
Neil also needs help.
Oh!
They're not running very fast.
What are you gonna do with that?
Oh! Oh, I thought they were gonna die then. What? How did he get there? That quick?
Quite a story. Then what happened?
Oh, hey, guys. This is Cathalos.
You were right. Do not trust him.
Nice.
Cathalos?
It's gonna break open the thing. Looks like a mix between a seal, a cat, and a dog. And I guess an octopus, but at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. They're gonna shoot down all the ships.
A neutral planet where all are welcome if they keep the...
Yep. I knew it. Is Brutus here?
Follow me and watch where you step.
Yeah, but what if you forgot? Your memories have been messed with. Oh, okay. I thought he hit a trap. Whoa! They're not tall enough.
Oops. Watch your step.
I'll bring up the rear.
You only get your reward when you get us home.
Okay. I'll go in the middle.
Like, why would he leave without knowing what he needs to know? Have they got down here already? Why would he... Oh. Oh.
Don't worry.
Laser. Yep. Oh, pirates.
Captain Renard's lair should lie directly beneath this chamber.
That's not water.
Acid.
Appears to be acid, Captain.
Of course it is.
Feels like Indiana Jones a little bit. Can you not, like... shoot that.
Someone has to sacrifice their life.
No. You have a lot to learn about pirates.
Life was not the greatest sacrifice?
Treasure. Money. Would that be enough though? Would one work? The crazy thing is, not all the acid would be gone. Like, there'd be bits of it, like, left. Like on the steps and stuff. Oh! Well, what if the acid raises back up? What is that?
Is the plunder booby trapped too?
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
What's a data port look like?
You would have disguised it.
I have a feeling it's inside the... Oh! Lightsaber. Don't touch it. You guys are going to have to take off the thing from Smee.
Is this something? All of the food on the table looks rotten, except that roast.
Careful.
Access this data port.
Captain?
Oh, Manhattan!
Refill that chamber with acid.
I had a feeling that was going to happen.
Treasure is mentioned in the captain's log.
Let me see the old devil.
Why did he suddenly just got a lot more sinister?
I have the ship, clad in armor and ready. But my crew still doubts Aden is real. 'Tis the last old Republic mint.
Who is he?
Chad, remember what you promised. You take us home, you get a fair reward, right?
What's he doing? What's happening? Why were they hiding?
Invoke my right to challenge the captain as per the code.
Oh.
Just say you yield. And I won't have to hurt you.
She's a kid. Well, I mean, Anakin didn't care. He said hand to hand.
Fight us, we're just kids! It's not fair.
Wim, what are you doing? He held it upside down.
Oh, you.
I'm sorry, Fern. George is the victor.
Mutinous intent against their captain.
33! No!
Captain's orders.
Override his code.
I know!
But wait, wouldn't that kill them? That doesn't make sense. What? Oh, great. Fuck. Now he actually is a Jedi. Sith. Whatever. I'm going to say he was an Inquisitor. I think that's the best I could come up with. Well, if last episode was considered the weakest episode for me, then this episode, I guess, would be the best so far. A lot happened, especially towards the end. I still don't know what to make of John. Like, this episode I'm thinking, like, maybe he was an Inquisitor, but he also did, like, the attachment stuff. He talked about the attachment shit, and that's kind of what the Jedi do. But also, the Sith sometimes do that too. Like, it's weird, because he could have been a Jedi, but what happened after the Purge? Did he keep on changing his name? Like, okay, he's a bounty hunter, okay, he's a pirate, just to keep himself safe. I mean, that would make sense. So maybe he was just like a, you know, either a Padawan or a youngling, and then did that. Or he was an Inquisitor at some point, but then managed to escape after the Empire fell. He's not really good, is he? He's more like an anti-hero kind of character, right? That's the vibes I'm getting from him. 'Cause it's not like he wants to hurt the kids, you know? It's just because he's been so used to this lifestyle now. Like, he's probably spent more years like this, being the outlaw, being the bounty hunter, the pirate. He's probably spent more years as that than he ever did if he was a Jedi. Based on how he, you know, looks, I'd assume he's probably the same age as Jude Law. Like, probably in his, like, 40s, 50s. Something like that. So I think that would kind of line up with him being, like, a youngling Padawan during the Purge. Hopefully we get some kind of flashback to it. Because we need to learn more about his character. And I think that's kind of what they were going for at the end, where he, like, he used the Force. Oh, he's got a lightsaber back. Because he did have a lightsaber before, but he lost it. And then we get to see what happened to him leading up to this moment, type of thing. I mean, we did start the show with him, technically, right? So we just have to see how he became how he is. Also, this episode definitely reminded me of Indiana Jones. 100%. More so than the other episodes. Like, there's definitely that feel to it. Like, this show is like 80s, 90s movies. And Indiana Jones falls right into that. It's an adventure, right? But they're going into these, like, booby-trapped areas where you even have, like, the laser. Obviously, there wasn't a laser in Indiana Jones, but in The Last Crusade, you had the was it the saws? And Indy had to, like, duck under them. So you kind of had that, like, but in Star Wars' version, it's a fucking laser. I love how, like, the kids were too short. It's not a very good booby trap then, is it? Because obviously there's a lot of races in Star Wars where they're short, like Yoda, for instance. But, like, I guess Zack, as he's called, didn't plan for that. Weird that they didn't show him. Like, his, like, hologram was, like, flickering and stuff like that. Why? The chair, you sit on the chair, you touch the chair, it opens into this pit, or whatever it is. And Wynn pulls that. Wouldn't that just lead to death? Because every other thing or every other trap led to death. Like, you had the acid stuff, you had the lasers, you had the gravity thing that, like, launched you into the spikes. Like, why wouldn't pulling the chair or hitting the chair cause you to fall into a bottomless pit with spikes at the bottom? Or a Vancor, or whatever, you know? Unless it's like an escape hatch, but why would there be an escape hatch in a place that's close to the data pod thing? So we finally know the captain's name. Captain Renard. Zack Renard. And the ship is called Onyx Cinder. That's not, like, anything, like, Old Republic for later. I think that must be a new thing, because I don't remember hearing anything like that. The fact that the hologram was flickering is just weird to me. Like, either it's someone we know, it's someone we don't know, and it's just going to be like a plot twist or whatever, that maybe the Renard is the supervisor that they talked about at the beginning. Maybe Renard isn't dead. Like, I feel like a pirate captain like him, who has all this set up, these elaborate things, just gets killed. There's no way he wouldn't be careful. And based on like how he looked in that hologram, it looked like he had like a helmet on. So maybe he sent a dummy in, and they killed the dummy because he knew he'd be betrayed, and then he sent the ship down, and then he flew into the planet, and then managed to become like the supervisor, or whatever. Because there's a reason, like, they talked about the supervisor, but we never saw who the supervisor is. It's because it's maybe Renard. That could just be me theorizing, and it's not going to go anywhere, but at the end of the day, it could be. Also, I did kind of like how, like, there was moments in this episode where you could see, like, Jod started to change, like, especially, like, towards the end, but I think the moment he met the Pocket, I think her name was, right? Like, his whole kind of attitude changed, or demeanor changed, right? Like, he became a lot more like, okay, we need to get out of here, we need to do the thing, we need to go, right? Like, all he cared about was himself, right? Because he knew the pirates were going to come. Like, he basically, like, puts on a mask in front of the kids, but his true self was revealed at the end. He is now the captain. He's got Smee. Now the kids have to escape the planet, escape the pirates, get back to the ship, then find Atten. Also, the actress at the hostess or whatever, I recognise her from Better Call Saul and Preacher. Because what was she in Better Call Saul? She was that husband and wife in Better Call Saul. I can't remember their names. They're like in the first episode, and then they like show up throughout the show. Also, the fact that they showed a fucking hut eating a member of staff, it's kind of fucked up. But I guess he did it before. Which hut is that? I feel like we've seen that hut before. Like at first I thought it was Zero from fucking Clone Wars. I'm like, no, that's not him. He doesn't look like him. He's not like purple. Zero was purple. Also, I did kind of notice, like, when they were going through the booby traps, like, even though Fern keeps bringing up, like, oh, you know, like, she doesn't trust Jod 100%. It is weird, but I understand it. It's just, like, the reasoning behind it. Like, you don't trust him, or that's all you have to say. You say you don't trust him, I don't trust you to keep her there. Get in the middle. Like, that's better than... Like, he's not going to just leave, you know what I'm saying? However, him saying that he wanted to be on the back, at the rear of the group, is kind of weird considering what he did at the end, and considering how much at the end he was, like, fully out for himself. I wonder if he wanted the kids in front of him so they would trigger the booby traps. And then that would mean, okay, he's the last one through, so he'd be safe. But at the end of the day, you don't know what kind of booby trap it'd be. Like, if someone steps on it, it could be like the whole fucking hallway lights on fire, you know what I mean? So if that was his plan there, I don't really see how that would have worked. Also, that Cthulhu-looking ass character, that was kind of cool. I like the way that looked. Like, he just wanted to hear a story. He's definitely going to help them escape somehow. The thing that I didn't like, though, is how quickly the pirates caught up to them. I thought that was a bit weird. Just because of the fact that we established, okay, Smee was the only one that knew the way to the lair. But then the pirates just magically catch up to them. I guess they would follow the trail, because I assume there's like... Because I think there was like dirt or sand or something, so maybe they just followed the trail and the footprints. But yeah, I mean, for a show that is kind of like kid heavy, it's kind of like... It is basically a kid show. I'd maybe say kid show, adolescent show. There is some pretty dark shit in here. Like that booby trap stuff with the gravity going into the spikes, the acid stuff. Like, imagine, like, if you could actually see that. Like, I feel like if it was Andor, you'd probably see the effects of that. There's 3 episodes left. Next episode's probably going to be getting off this planet. And then episode 7, they get to Atten. And then episode 8, something happens, I don't know. I hope they don't kill Jod. He's an interesting character, and I like characters like him that isn't like purely good and isn't purely evil. They're just in it for themselves. You know? Like, it's morally grey. We need more of that, I feel like, in Star Wars. Because like Star Wars always kind of, okay, the Jedi are good, the Sith are bad, that's it. Right? But then, when you have like the morally grey characters, then it starts to get a little bit interesting. But like I said, you know, last week and the week before that, I'm enjoying the show. However, you know, last week was the bump, so to speak. Yeah, I mean, like, if we have more episodes like this, I'm invested. Also, I just want to point out this episode was a little bit longer. About, what was that, 35-ish minutes, 36, 38 minutes, something like that. 40 if you include credits, but the credits are like way too long. If the credits are longer than the recap, there's something wrong. Granted, I know you have to, like, you need to credit everyone that's involved with the episode and stuff, but I feel like credits for, like, shows nowadays are getting ridiculously long, and it takes up more of the episode length or runtime than the episode itself. It's kind of annoying. Let's not talk about runtime again. I'm curious to see what happens now, because it's like, okay, the kids have fell down this fucking shaft into potential death. I don't know. Jod is now... He's got a lightsaber. He's now the captain. He's got Smee on his side. I guess some of the pirates are still alive. I don't know. I mean, there was 2 ships worth of pirates that arrived on the planet, so we'll have to see what happens there. There's obviously the stuff with the parents on Atten and the supervisor, whatever's going on there. Yeah, I mean, that basically sums it all up. So I hope you enjoyed the video, guys, and I will see you for the next one. Ta-ta! And fair.